Hey, good evening, everybody. It's John Wayne Mullins, and I'm Mr. New Dad. And thanks for being here, everybody. It's certainly been an eventful day. We'll be talking about that, but it's Christmas week. Um, for those of you who celebrate it, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great Christmas. I hope you get to spend some time with your family and your friends and your loved ones. And yeah, so let's get started. So tonight, um, I'm talking about, especially it kind of lines up with, it's the holiday season. Uh, Unexpected things happen. That was certainly me today. Monday morning, I wake up and I actually woke up about 2 a.m. to a cold, ice cold. Well, not yet, not nearly, but it was a cold room, a cold house. My upstairs furnace decided to stop working in the middle of the night, and it was the coldest night of the year. And so, what do you do? Uh, Went outside at 2:30 in the morning, tried to see if I don't know what I was looking for, but I was just trying to see if something was loose. And of course, by the time I got back into bed, even though the bed was warm, I couldn't stop thinking about it, and so I didn't get very much sleep. But it kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about. And as a new dad, this is something I have an 8 month old, almost 9 month old, and I've learned this in these short 9 months is that if you are a new dad, you have to plan for the unexpected. And when the unexpected happens, don't be hard on yourself. Um, you know, Yesterday I had a lot that I planned to get done today. I took a look at my scrum board. I took a look at the things I needed to get done before Christmas, and I knew what I wanted to get done today. And so when last night happened, by the time I woke up this morning, I realized, well, I don't want another cold night, so you have to shift your focus, shift your priorities for the day. Otherwise, you're going to have a cold night, you're going to have a cold wife, a cold bed, a cold son, and who wants that? And so, yeah, it's been a doozy. It's been a not a fun day, but one like I said, one of the things I'm learning in this season as new dad is giving yourself that grace when unexpected things happen and you have no control over it. You have a choice, and the only choice you have is your attitude. How are you going to respond? I think it's the easy way out when unexpected things happen and you don't have a backup, or you take it out on yourself. You take it out on your spouse. You take it out on your kids. You take it out on others because your day didn't go as planned. And I mean, and like I said, you have a choice on the way that you respond, because if you respond negatively, you're going to get a negative result. If you respond positively, you're going to get a much better result. You're going to be a much better, more pleasant person. The phone calls I had to make today, the people who are coming out tomorrow, uh, you know, how your attitude shows up. If over 90% of the way that you communicate is nonverbal and you have a bad attitude, how is that showing up towards the people that you were trying to do business with, or towards your spouse, or towards your neighbors, or whoever it is that you work with on a daily basis? All because things didn't go your way. I'm gonna tell you right now, especially if you're a brand new dad or you're preparing for that, or even if you haven't learned this lesson yet as a dad. Yes, the world doesn't revolve around you. It doesn't. But when things happen, give yourself some grace because you have a lot on your plate. You have a lot of responsibilities. You have your business, you have your team, you have your company, you have your job, you have your school, you have a number of different things. And as men, I know it's easy for us to try and do it all on our own. It's easy for us to grit our teeth and just say, let's just get done what we can get done and push through. Um, it's your attitude. It is. And how is that showing up? And so that's one of the things I really wanted to talk about tonight, just because things happen. Um, I think one of the things that by giving yourself grace, it's really having that awareness of your surrounding, of who you are, of who you're becoming, and realizing that you know I've got a lot going on. What can I get done today? Um, I talked about this a few weeks ago, and it's something that I've been putting a lot of thought into, especially for the dads who are watching. The dads here who work in business or work in a business or have their own business. Is we are so um, focused on the way things are, the way things work, the way things work at work, goal planning, getting things done. We know what works, but I think if you lack that awareness of how you show up when you're really stressed out and you don't have that, things happen. Um, a lot of things happen. Um, and I think when becoming a dad, that completely changes things. It really does. I mean, I think, if anything, I think I've become more aware. Um, I like to think I've become more aware. I certainly am constantly thinking about everything I'm learning and everything that I want to share with this community and this tribe of men that I feel called to be a part of. Um, but when you don't give yourself grace, let's think about that for a second. But when you don't give yourself grace because something didn't go as planned, when an unexpected cold night happened, or your sick kid comes in your bedroom at night and vomits all over you. Um, what happens when you don't give yourself grace? What happens when you decide to get mad or upset because suddenly your day changes, or what you really want to accomplish you can't because you have to take care of your wife, your son, your daughter, or a broken furnace? I mean, this is where having a great group of friends, having that tribe of people that you can reach out to, but then also having that mindset that, hey, things don't go as planned, but this is what I can accomplish. This is what I can do, and be okay with that, because, like I said, you're not every day is you're not gonna hit a home run every day, especially as a new dad. Because here's a secret that I've been telling a few new dads that I've talked to lately, is that I would say for the first year, you are not going to be your best self. You are not going to be smoking goals and being a rock star, because your mind and your body and your awareness is changing, and um, you're changing. You're becoming a, a better self. You're becoming a dad. And I think that changes a lot of men. I certainly hope it does. And it's going to take a while, not to get back to your old self, but get to your new self. And so give yourself some grace if you're not accomplishing all your goals, or all your getting the results that you used to, because you're in this transition of where suddenly you have this baby to take care of, you have this family to take care of, you have yourself to take care of. And that's another thing I wanted to get on here and talk about, is, if anything, this has been the season where I've learned the most why you need to be so intentional about leading yourself in every area. But like I said, because only you can lead yourself. Only you can be aware of what you need to get done and what you need to accomplish. Again, you may not be able to get it done in the same timeliness or speed like you used to when it worked in your business or your company, and that's okay. You have to be okay with that, but give yourself some grace. Some other things I was um, just some notes that I jotted down is understand that no one's asking you to be perfect in this season. Don't fall into that mindset. It's like, oh, before baby came, I had this amount of money in sales. My team was knocking it out. Um, be okay with the fact that no one's asking you to be perfect. No one's asking you to be that rock star. So don't be so hard on yourself. Um, there's a lot more to this life than having it all together and having all those wins, because I'll tell you one thing, being a dad is awesome. It really is. And I hope, if you are a new dad, if you're a dad and you're still trying to figure it out, I hope you're enjoying it, because there's a cute little girl, cute little boy who is watching you, who thinks the world of you, who thinks that you are their hero, who thinks that you are incredible. And think about that. You know, they look up to you. You're their leader, and they want to follow you. They want to be like you. This is another thing that I heard Donald Miller talk about. This is that everybody wants to have a interesting story. What is yours? And when you become a dad in this season, even though you may feel like you're just overwhelmed, your story isn't over. It's just getting started. So, what story do you want to write? And what are the chapters um, that you want to be a part of? Do you know what that the outline is of the type of man, the type of husband and dad that you want to be, the things that you want to share with your kids? Do you know what those are? Do you know what chapters you um, yeah, Bob, yes, absolutely. I'm just not sure anyone is fully prepared to be a dad. I No, I don't think any dad is fully prepared to be a dad. Um, I think it's something that you learn how to do. And you and I talked a few months ago, and he gave me some good advice. He was talking about how you have to learn how to pick your battles. You have to learn what you're going to draw a sharp line or a solid line in the sand on, and what you're not, because those things matter. If you constantly blow up on everything, how is um, your son or daughter really going to know when you're serious or not? You learn as you go. You have that on the job training. And the last thing is not being afraid to ask for help. This is something that I know a lot of guys struggle with, a lot of men struggle with. It's something that they think that, oh, if they're vulnerable, they appear weak, that they can't ask for help. Well, let me tell you right now, is that every man, every dad that I've ever coached, that I've ever worked with, that's the one thing they've always said. I just talked to a young dad last week. He said, man, I've been stressing so much over this conversation that I was going to have with you. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to have it, but man, we dug right in, and I just feel like a huge weight has been lifted off me. Uh, it's okay to talk. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to kind of vent sometimes and ask for help, because I'll tell you right now, there are other dads who have walked your path, and they want to see you succeed, and they don't want to see you get stuck in this rut and make a fool of yourself, or go down a path that is going to be completely bad for yourself, your family, your marriage. No one wants to see that happen. And so when you get stuck and you think that, oh, I can't be vulnerable, I can't share in a group, I can't join the Mr. New Dad's coaching group or his Telegram channel. I can't do that, because that would be too scary. That'd be too fearful. Yeah, you can, because I'll tell you right now that there is something about being a part of those groups where you get to interact, where you get to ask questions, but you get to develop some friendships that are really good for your growth as a dad. So I certainly hope that you've been enjoying this. And like I said, don't be so hard on yourself, especially during the holiday season. But think about that. Where and how do you give yourself grace in this season of being a dad, and how important it is? And when's the last time that you just kind of took a chill pill and it's like, you know what? John's right. The only thing I can control is my attitude and what's getting in my way. You can choose the right thing. So until tomorrow, we got 10 days until the end of the year. and that means we got 10 more videos till 100 days. And so I'm very thankful that each and every one of you have been so encouraging. Like I said, I'm putting a plug in for Mr. New Dad. It's on Telegram. Find me over there. I created a channel just for new dads. And then also opening the first week of January, I'm going to be opening up my coaching group. It's an 8-week coaching group. I'm only taking 12 guys through it at a time, and it's going to be an introductory rate, and it's going to introductory offer, just to kind of iron everything out and see if it really adds the best value to you. If it's something that you'd be interested in, don't wait, because it's going to go fast. So until tomorrow, have a great night. Be warm. Take care, everybody. See ya. Good night.